This evening, we'll start Andy Dunn here.
Hi James, congratulations. There was not long ago, some people would say that for Everton players with ambitions, big ambitions, that they would need to move on. I think there was talk about Jared having to move on, etc. You signed a new deal at Everton. Jared signed a new deal. You got into the England squad. Does this reflect so well on Everton and now the change in the club and getting into being part of that elite that you don't need to, you can sign a new deal at Everton, commit to a club like that and still have big England ambitions?
I think so, yeah. Like I touched on, I think since David Moyes has come in, I think he's really put the belief in some of the players. For instance, me, Jared, and you know, since he's been in, we've had our first call-ups and things like this. So you know, we've got a lot of good players and a very good coaching staff. So if we all just bond well together, there's no reason why we can't be in, you know, the top half of the table competing for the European spots.
Just give us an insight, I mean, we've dealt with him a lot, into your goalkeeping teammate.
Jordan, I don't know where to start.
Anyway.
No, he's a real personality, but an even better goalkeeper, and that's basically short and very sweet.
Hiya, James. Just touching on your versatility again. What can you, if you've played it sort of right back for England and in the Premier League, what can you take from that moving into midfield? Is there anything you've learned from that position that can help you in the middle of the pitch?
I'm not too sure. Going from right back into midfield, maybe the opposite way around, like midfield going into right back, it helps you a little bit more defensively, or yeah, maybe going from right back into midfield, it helps you have that a little bit more of a defensive mindset. But I think overall, you know, you've just got to be able to just adapt and yeah.
Are you able to give us a little bit of insight into the training session earlier? Obviously, your first one. How you found it? It seemed that it was getting more intense as the session went on.
Yeah, no, that was my first session. I really enjoyed it. Very intense. The level was very high, and yeah, it's going to be a very good week.
Hi James, you obviously mentioned phoning your family about the call-up, famously from your dad's a Liverpool fan. You know, having come from Manchester United, playing for Everton, is it quite nice when there's not split loyalties at home?
Yeah, you know, my dad's just very proud, as he is. You know, like you just touched on. So yeah, no, phoning him this time about England rather than a club that he doesn't support is very nice, and it was a very nice call as well.
And is that sort of the bigger thing about these call-ups, and you know that it is not just your hard work, but others long term in the past potentially, and you know, still now, and you know how many will be at Wembley and where they're coming from this week?
1000%. Yeah, no, you know, from since I was a young boy, my mum, my dad, my granddad, you know, they've all helped me get to the position that I'm in now, so I'm very grateful to them, and I owe a lot to them, and I'm hoping that they're all going to be there on Friday. My dad would have to travel all the way home from Thailand, but yeah, no, I'm hoping that he can make it for the Friday.
Hi James, just to take you back to one of your answers earlier about the start of this season, you feeling like this was the season that you had to show what you could do to break through. Was there any particular reason why there was such a sense of urgency at the start of the season that this was the time you needed to take? You know, why now, effectively, did you feel like you needed to make an impact?
I think since I signed at Everton, I've had quite unlucky spells with 2 serious back injuries, so that obviously put me out for a long time. And then obviously the first 3 years we've been fighting in the relegation zone, so it's been quite tough for me to really showcase what I can do. And then I just thought to myself that this season is a fresh season, new manager, new stadium, and with a year left on my contract as well, I knew that I had to show everybody, you know, what I'm really about and showcase all my talents, and I'm glad that this season's going as well as it is.
Did you get the sense that externally, at least, you were starting to be pigeonholed as a particular type of player that you knew you could be even better than?
Yeah, like I know I set really high standards for myself, and I know them first 3 years I wasn't up to the levels that I know I can be at. So I knew there was levels to go, and I think that this still is even more. So I'm just every single day trying to get better and try and reach them levels.
Finish your Hamza. Cheers. Thank you.
Hi James, congratulations. I just wanted to ask you about the process of being called up. I think lots of people have spoken about literally getting the call up, but as in, what literally happens? So do you get notified you're on the long list, and then what's that like? Is that an email or a text? And then when you had the call, what does your day look like? You've been in the England setup for a long time now, so I guess you know what to put in your bag. But as in, what are you putting in your bag? All that sort of stuff. So how does that process work?
Yeah, no, like you said, you get obviously a little message that you kind of on like the shortlist type of thing. And you know, on the day before, I didn't know when I would get the call or if I was going to get the call, but the manager messaged me the day before the squad got announced and just said that we need a phone call, and I was hoping it was a positive one, of course, and thankfully it was. And then yeah, of course the squad gets announced the next day, and then the world knows the squad, and for me I'm very plain and simple, so I just pack all the necessities that I need. I've got my PlayStation, so I'm happy.
So does that first text for the shortlist just get your heart sort of racing and a little bit nervous and anxious that you do get the call up?
Yeah, 1000%, because of course I've never received it. You know, I've had it from the under-17s all the way up to the 21s, but I've never received it with the first team, and I know for the last 2 or 3 years I've been too old to play for the 21s, so I knew my only shot to play for England was to be with the first team. So for the last 2 or 3 years, not receiving it and then finally receiving it, of course you get a little bit of butterflies, and you know, you're just hoping and you're willing that you will get that call, and thankfully I did.
And just quickly, did you get you won the under-21s Euros? Did you get one of those golden caps from Lee? What was it like getting that cap? Where have you got it at home?
Yeah, well, quite funny actually, because he's been messaging me saying that he wants to meet up with me because he's got a gift for me, so I'm guessing that is the golden cap.
3 years late.
So yeah, no, I'm going to go and see him after this, and I'm pretty sure I'll receive the golden cap, yeah.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Thanks for ruining the surprise, Hamza.
Cheers. Have a loose on shortly.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Cheers, thank you. At the moment, Rocket League. Yeah.